With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in French. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description. Welcome to Can Do French by FrenchPod101.com.
Bonjour à tous, je suis Lia Mercier. Hi everyone, I'm Lia Mercier. In this lesson, you learn how to talk about the weather in French.
This is Karen Lee, and she's in sunny Paris. She's on a long-distance call with Mathilde Martin, her former homestay mother. Mathilde asks, "How's the weather?"
Quel temps fait-il?
Listen to the conversation and focus on the response. Ready?
Quel temps fait-il? Il fait beau.
Once more with the English translation.
Quel temps fait-il?
How's the weather?
Il fait beau.
It's nice weather. Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Mathilde asks, "How's the weather?"
Quel temps fait-il?
Let's start with the word
Temps,
meaning weather.
temps, temps.
In French, all nouns have grammatical gender and are either singular or plural.
Temps,
Is masculine and singular, a fact which will determine the form of other words in the sentence. Before
temps,
is
quel,
what.
quel, quel. Quel,
Is masculine and singular to agree with.
temps.
Together, it's
Quel temps,
what weather.
quel temps.
Next is
Fait-il,
literally makes it, but translates as is it in this context.
fait-il.
First is
Fait,
translating as is in this context.
fait, fait.
Note
Fait,
is from the verb
faire.
meaning to do or to make. But in this instance, when talking about the weather, it translates as to be.
Faire,
After
fait,
is the subject pronoun,
il,
translating as it in this context.
il, il.
Notice the word order when asking a question. Verb,
Fait,
followed by the subject.
il. Fait-il,
When this inverted word order occurs in French, there must be a hyphen between the verb and the subject, as in,
fait-il.
altogether, it's
Quel temps fait-il?
literally what weather makes it, but translates as how's the weather.
Quel temps fait-il?
Pronunciation note. Notice the rising intonation indicating a question.
Quel temps fait-il?
Let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Karen says, "It's nice weather"?
Il fait beau.
First is
Il.
it.
Il. Il.
Next is
Fait.
translating as is in this context.
Fait. Fait.
Last is
Beau.
beautiful or nice, as in nice weather.
Beau. Beau.
Altogether, it's
Il fait beau.
literally, it does nice weather, but it translates as it's nice weather.
Il fait beau.
The pattern is
Il fait. Weather adjective.
it is weather adjective.
Il fait. Weather adjective.
To use this pattern, simply replace the weather adjective placeholder with a suitable adjective. In this lesson, you'll learn adjectives related to the weather that you can use with this pattern. Imagine it's bad weather.
Mauvais. Mauvais. Mauvais.
Say, it's bad weather. Ready?
Il fait mauvais.
It's bad weather.
Il fait mauvais.
In French, you can't use any adjective with the construction il fait. It's restricted to a small set of adjectives, such as the adjectives covered in this lesson and some others. Chaud, hot. Froid, cold. Frais, cool. Lourd, heavy, sultry. Gris, gray. When talking about the weather, it's common to use some impersonal verbs in French. Impersonal verbs are verbs without a fully stated subject, and which are conjugated in the third person singular. For example, it's raining in French is il pleut. Il pleut.
It's raining.
Il pleut.
First is
Il.
it.
Il. Il.
Next is
Pleut.
rains, as in it rains.
Pleut. Pleut.
Is from the verb
Pleuvoir.
to rain.
Pleuvoir.
Together,
Il pleut.
literally, it rains, but it translates as it's raining.
Il pleut.
Pay attention. You'll see another example of this pattern shortly. Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Il fait beau. Il fait beau.
Il fait froid. Il fait froid.
Il fait chaud. Il fait chaud.
Il pleut. Il pleut.
Il neige. Il neige. Can you guess what the last sentence means?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Il neige.
It's snowing.
Il neige.
Literally, it means it snows, but it translates as It's snowing.
Il neige. Il neige.
First is
Il.
it.
Il. Il.
Next is
Neige.
snows, as in it snows.
Neige. Neige.
Is from the verb
Neiger.
to snow.
Neiger.
Together,
Il neige.
it's snowing.
Il neige.
Let's review the key words.
Froid.
Cold,
Froid. Froid. Chaud.
hot,
Chaud. Chaud. Pleuvoir.
to rain,
Pleuvoir. Pleuvoir. Il pleut.
it's raining.
Il pleut. Il pleut. Neiger.
To snow.
Neiger. Neiger. Il neige.
It's snowing.
Il neige. Il neige. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say nice, as in nice weather? Beau. Beau. Do you remember how Karen Lee says, it's nice weather?
Il fait beau.
Il fait beau. Do you remember how to say weather? Temps. Temps. And how to say what? Quel. Quel. Do you remember how Mathilde asks, how's the weather?
Quel temps fait-il?
Quel temps fait-il? Do you remember how to say, it's raining? Il pleut. Il pleut. Do you remember how to say cold? Froid. Froid. And how to say hot? Chaud. Chaud.
Let's practice. Imagine you're Karen Lee, and it's raining. Respond to the question. Ready?
Quel temps fait-il? Il pleut.
Listen again and repeat.
Il pleut. Il pleut.
Let's try another. Imagine you're Mathilde, and it's hot. Ready?
Quel temps fait-il? Il fait chaud.
Listen again and repeat.
Il fait chaud. Il fait chaud.
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Hugues Henry, and it's cold. Ready?
Quel temps fait-il?
Il fait froid.
Listen again and repeat.
Il fait froid. Il fait froid.
This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Now you know how to talk about the weather in French. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.